And we're good to go. We're live.
Hola Madridistas, welcome back again to Let's Be Real podcast. It's been a while since we kind of took a little time off. Um, Games were coming thick and fast. It was a non-stop sprint from when La Liga kicked off. And I guess I can say for myself at least I kind of enjoyed this
It's
mini
been a
break
while since we
ahead
kind
of
of
again a
took a
very
little time off.
tumultuous period that lays ahead. We have, I think, nine or so games in this month. In October, it's going to be peak. But before we get into it, um, how is the panel doing? Yadu, Farooq, and Doris have been with us throughout this journey. And tell me how was the break for you guys? Was it
Well,
needed, or was it like a needed distraction, or did you feel like it was unnecessary?
as a Croatian, I liked it because we finished top of the group in Nations League. But I don't know about the rest. I enjoyed the international football.
Modric was on fire,
Yeah,
so
he
can't
scored a
deny.
goal. He
Yeah,
scored a goal in last game.
oldest Croatian to score, uh, like at the age of 37. Remarkable, remarkable. He just keeps on going. Um, we often find ourselves running out of adjectives to describe his consistency. But with one caveat that he is slightly injured or has a knock, which doesn't look like it's too serious, and he'll be back for next week, is what I hear. But for the rest of you guys, Farooq, how was it?
It wasn't good, man. I mean, football-wise, it wasn't good in the sense that I just found myself, with the weekends with nothing to watch, and to be honest,
Mm,
nation leagues are just glorified friendlies, and yeah,
right. Wait. Let me contest that with something else. See, me is somewhat like I am somewhat similar to you, Farooq, in the sense that football is a way of life. I can feel that with you as well because we watch as many games as we can. And previously, during the past years when Nations League wasn't there, um, most of the games didn't have a consequence to it, so it didn't have the edge. But even though Nations League is a whatever competition, the matches they have a certain edge to it. Can you agree with it, or do you think it's valid? In
I
my
mean,
opinion,
to be honest, because I mean, I'm not a European, so like I don't have any, stake in that. So I just feel like it's just a
me neither. Me neither. I have like no connection towards the team. I like Italy though, but I don't like feel for them. But what Nations League bought for me, in my opinion, is an edge and competitiveness to the otherwise rather dead friendlies that
Yes,
teams.
and most of the nations, at least like England, for example, they
Yeah,
act like they don't care and then put like their best starting 11 in there. Like
They
it's just,
care though. They care a
it doesn't feel
lot.
right. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
right. And I think like as a football fan, I enjoy international football, even if it's a friendly. Like I
mm,
love watching my country play.
fair enough. That's a very valid point. Like since you're Croatian, like it is going to be different for you. But
Yes,
since we are largely neutral, it's going to be slightly different for us. But
yeah.
like you spoke about England putting their best 11. I hope no Brits are in the chat or listening to us because they'll be pissed. In their opinion, the best players never get picked. Southgate has his clear favorites, and he's gonna uh, take it to the end of the line with the people he trusts. And Maguire had another stinker, like always, against Germany. I saw a few.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah,
I think you've watched England a lot. Again, other than the game against Germany, when was the time Maguire actually committed an error in an English match?
I mean the setup. Don't you think favors
I mean, it's
him
not
a
about
lot?
if it's favors or not. The point is, like a lot of people is easily, scapegoat Maguire, rightly for Manchester United. I totally agree. But this
Right.
was he was named in the team of the tournament for England. He took England to the semi-final at the World Cup. He
I
has
totally agree.
he has
I totally, I
everything.
totally agree. But you gotta also factor in the fact that they play a five at the back, and the international game is very slow. He's gonna get found out sooner rather than later.
They
You know?
play, he's comfortable in the back five or a back four. I mean, the point is that this is the best team Southgate can put out because it's about, meshing of the players. He knows his players, he knows what they can give him, and he can just judge based on what is happening.
So tell me this, Farooq. You think they're making the semi-finals of the World Cup?
England?
Yeah.
I actually don't think so.
Okay. Fair.
I mean, it doesn't matter
That's more than enough.
who he plays, if Bellingham plays, who plays. I don't think they make
Right.
it.
In my opinion, if they play the players that are playing really well, like your Bellinghams, like your Tomoris, who gets dropped for players like Maguire, if the real good players play, I think England do have a chance. But yeah, without the actual talented players, I don't think so. But yeah,
England can create enough chances to actually
mhm.
win, to be honest. That's just
Yeah. Well, fuck England, and their arrogance. I mean,
Well, jumping
it's
in before we continue, Sunaid. I just want to say happy birthday to the podcast. We're 1 year old. We've been 1 year old, and I specifically missed this, talking to the community. But we're back, and that's what counts, So happy birthday
Absolutely.
to
I
the
do want to
podcast, and let's go.
happy birthday from my side as well. This is awkward because I never wanted to bring it up because it's only 1 year old. But since you brought it up, yeah,
It's
fair
a
play.
year old,
Yeah,
man. 1
1 year.
year.
It's
Yeah.
I
Big
get it. I get it.
accomplishment.
It is. So yeah,
It
pats on the
is
back for the people listening to us. Pats on the back for you guys
absolutely,
for keeping this
absolutely
going. So yeah,
for bearing with the most insane, takes one can come up with, but fair play. This is just the beginning, hopefully many more years to go. But the Nations League aside, before we kind of wrap up how the Nations League went, I'm gonna just read out the minutes played by our players in this break. So Thibaut, Lunin, Modric, and Chouameni played entirety of both games. Valverde played 170, 6 minutes. Alaba played 160. Mendy 155. Hazard played 129. Vinicius 108. Rudiger, Carvajal, Militao 90. Asensio 63. Camavinga 45. And Rodrigo, thankfully, the least out of the lot with just 21 minutes. And I'm so happy that he's kind of fresh.
depends on how
Talking
you're
about
looking at it. Depends on how you're looking at it. Thankfully,
in my opinion, this might be controversial, but this is what I think of Rodrigo. Even when he is rusty or not getting enough minutes, he has the capacity, to take the game to the opposition whenever he comes on, regardless of what, sharpness he is at. So he's just, in my opinion, will be less fatigued compared to the others. So I'm just happy. I'm just happy. But talking about Rodrigo, you guys right now would be aware that Modric has picked up a knock and is kind of a doubt even for the next weekend's game. But he's definitely going to miss Osasuna, as far as we know. I'm going to come to you, Doris. Is Modric gonna be missed against Osasuna? We know the obvious answer, but what do you think is the workaround when Modric is not playing? Is it Valverde in midfield, or do you think Valverde should stick to the wing and maybe bring in Ceballos? How do you
Uh,
weigh in?
well, first of all, it's sad because he wasn't supposed to play that many minutes. The fact is that one of our players on the Croatian team got injured against Denmark.
Right.
Or yeah, against Denmark, I think. No, Austria, sorry. And he couldn't come out of the game, and I think that worked really bad for him. And it's not surprising that he picked up an injury, but I think that there's some good to it, if you can call it that. But I think that we should put Valverde back in midfield and put Rodrigo up on the right wing because I'm. I think the next game would probably consist of Cruz, Chouameni, and Valverde in the midfield. If we go by what we've seen this season, especially it's always either Cruz or Modric. So it's something that Ancelotti is used to. It's not new to him to use only one of them. And I think for Osasuna it should work. It shouldn't be a big deal.
Mm. Osasuna, talking about Osasuna, they've been doing pretty well this season. 4 wins and 2 losses. In the first 6 games is no nothing to scoff at. Especially a team of their size and their budget. They have been always a very intimidating opponent, regardless of where we face them, either at home or away at the El Sadar, which is a fantastic stadium, in my opinion, one of the finest atmospheres in La Liga. But yeah, like you said, Valverde might start in midfield and Rodrigo out wide. But the conundrum is this schedule that we have for this season is very stacked, and people barely have any kind of breathing room to kind of rest up and recover. Farooq, I want to ask you this, right? So you were strongly opinionated that always Nations League was something that was very superficial, a tournament that needn't have any kind of weight in itself. Do you think Real Madrid should take stances like they used to with players like Di Maria in the past, where they're gonna just let their FA know if it's not a match of huge consequence, maybe we should retain the player and make him stay back, etc.
I can understand, why you would say this, but one thing I would say right now is that, like a lot of players who went for the international break mostly are going to go to the World Cup, like except for the likes of David Alaba and all that. So, for example, let's, mention your boy Rodrigo. For him, it's like, he's literally fighting for a seat on the plane.
Yeah.
You understand? But he's going to play dead rubber matches, against the likes of Ghana and Tunisia. So, like, it's not something that's actually consequential. So I can ask, okay, like, if they don't take Rodrigo, but then Rodrigo will turn back to me and be like, okay, if I don't go for sure, I don't go to Qatar, sorry. Again. So that's why, I mean, for this international break, I totally understand. I will totally understand why everyone will want to go. But I mean, for a lot of breaks, I would agree if that's a possibility, like just, speak to the FAs and, try to manage the game time. Okay, like we're going to give him for one game and, you send him back before the other game or something like this, especially for countries with a lot of depth of players. Because I mean, I can't ask Uruguay to send me back Fede because they don't have that much players. But I can ask Brazil to send me back Rodrigo, for example. I can ask them to send me back Vinicius, something like this.
So it depends, you say, which is a very good point, very good point. But I fear for the likes of Modric, Cruz played it safe. He retired earlier, but he won everything. So he kind of lost the drive to play with Germany. That's understandable. But I fear for Modric and the likes of Alaba, everybody one can name, especially ahead of the World Cup. I just hope they are back in one piece. But moving on to how we are looking ahead of Osasuna, Carlo has a good selection headache ahead of this game again, which has been a recurring theme this season compared to last. Thibaut is a guaranteed starter, but he can again choose his entire defense to his liking. I think probably he would be resting players like Militao and Alaba, and probably would be going with Nacho. That's just my hunch. Nacho and Rudiger, because I think Rudiger came back after one game, if I'm not mistaken, with Germany. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I think that I read a couple of days ago. I think Mendy will be given a rest in midfield, like we discussed, Cruz, Fede, and Chouameni. Chouameni, yeah, in my opinion, has played too much. Like whenever I saw him, he was exceptional. Apart from the game with Kamavinga, where they couldn't kind of gel and they eventually lost. But the game before that, I forgot who it was against. But he almost scored a bicycle kick. Like he was on it. Um, I think was it against Denmark the first game? I don't remember
No,
the
no, the
overhead.
second game was against Denmark. The second game was against Denmark.
So the first game was against Austria, I guess, right?
So I think it was. I'm not sure, to be honest. I can't remember, but I know the second game was
Yeah.
against Denmark because I saw a bit of that.
Mm. He was good. Chouameni has been very steady, very steady. I'm so impressed by how he has kind of bedded in. Uh, but I want to ask you, Yadu, Benzema's back, which is a big positive, for an attack. And compared to last season when we would have no answers to if Benzema doesn't make the match day 11. This season we have kind of coped up very well, thanks to the La Liga Player of the Month, Fede Valverde, and the previous La Liga Player of the Month, Vinicius Junior, and of course Rodrigo chipping in from time to time. Do you think him coming in back will kind of give the team more confidence?
Oh, it definitely gives the team a lot of confidence. But I'll give you a reasonable take from me this time, because Benzema right now is a player returning from injury, and to
Right.
place the whole burden on him from the second he steps into the field, not a good thing. Especially not a
Yeah.
good thing for a team of our
So
caliber
maybe
with
like
players
60
of our
minutes.
caliber.
Yeah.
I'm not against him
Like 60
remaining on
minutes
the
of play.
pitch for all the time.
Mm.
Just don't expect him to make all the runs and do all the hard, all the heavy lifting that he used to. Just give him a little bit of time to get back into his form, do the things that, as the Reddit calls him, BDB does. And yeah, I'm not translating that for the listeners, but those who know,
But
hey, you know.
Vinicius, I get it. It's NSFW, but Vinicius, I think can carry the workload,
Absolutely, yeah.
like usual.
Vinny's been playing as a man with a purpose. He's been
Mm.
doing amazing stuff, and I just hope that the other players don't rely on Benzema as much just because he's there on the field. He's always a beacon for all our players to ping passes just to find him. And in the season, I'm hoping that players like Vinny and Fede Valverde step up and get the goals that even Carlos expecting them to. So yeah, that is my reasonable take for today. All the other takes will be unreasonable, just saying. So yeah, we'll move on to that in a minute, though.
Fair point, fair point. But we got to talk a bit about Osasuna. We discussed earlier that they're fifth in La Liga. Their manager, Jacoba Araste, has been with them since 2018. He earned the promotion, and they have been consistently mid-table. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know how tight it gets in the mid-table teams in La Liga. It's basically fighting tooth and nail to kind of scrape relegation or kind of push off into the top half of the table. So it's always an uphill battle for teams like Osasuna, who doesn't have any kind of European pedigree in order for them to attract players from abroad, etc. But their scouting and their recruitment has been top notch. Players like Chimi Avila, players like Ruben Garcia, who has been there with them for so long. Um, they kind of have that. They remind me a lot, quite a lot of the early Atleti days. I mean, they're not as nasty as Getafe, which Simeone's team eventually morphed into, but they have a fair bit of elegance and flair to how they play.
I would just
They
like to add that the week
Yeah.
before Osasuna played Getafe and both teams got a red card.
Yeah,
Continue. Okay.
yeah, yeah. That's not unexpected. I mean, when Getafe and Osasuna face off each other, there sure would be some violence on display, but they have a very good team, Osasuna. Like some people just sleep on them, but personally, in my opinion, I've always respected the grit they show whenever we face them. Um, Players like Lucas Toro, Moi Gomez. They also have Abde from Barcelona, who's on loan. He has been exceptional.
Their
I
golden boy for the season. He's been transforming the team performance. I mean, something you'd expect from a Barca academy player, absolutely. But he's stamped his sign in the team. Pretty amazing for a 20-year-old to come in and do that in a mid-table team. Absolutely
Abde,
sensational.
people say he reminds people of Vinicius, how he was in his early days with us. Like he can beat how many players he wants, but his final decision making is what kind of lets
Questionable.
Abde down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there is surely a player there. Whenever I've seen him play for Barcelona as well, I remember he had a spark, and yeah, he's been adding some valuable firepower to Osasuna's attacking trident. But we can't forget Ante Budimir. Doris knows
Yeah.
too much about Ante Budimir, who is a throwback to old school strikers, um, who are physical, who are exceptional in the air, or, like, and can even be a focal point and can let people play off him. I'm going to ask you, Doris, Budimir, I've seen him get picked over some players who had, I think, comparatively higher reputation, like your Kalinic or your the Kramaric, etc. So I've always wondered, how does Budimir, a very old school striker, still gets around? Do you rate him, Ante Budimir?
Well, in a Croatian shirt, he's not like exceptional. He is a good player, and I see that our team trusts him, and especially Luka, like he talks to him all the time. So there is that, but I don't know if I would put him above Kramaric, even though
Yeah.
he disappoints sometimes. But Kramaric is still like our main striker, I guess. And about like La Liga, he had like 8 or 9 goals last season, which is all right. Again, it's nothing special, but he's always there. Like he's still a dangerous player to play against, especially because he is so physical and aggressive.
Yeah.
It's probably his main attribute, his physicality.
Yeah, eight goals is nothing horrible, I mean, it's not
Yeah.
it's not
It's decent.
it's decent, especially when you take into account that he's playing for Osasuna. I mean, 8 goals for them is going to help them a lot, especially to kind of avoid spiraling down further down the table. So Budimir, for what he brings to Osasuna, I'm pretty sure their fans and their management completely trust Budimir. But
Yeah.
So before you move on, let me just add, about Ante Budimir as well. I remember he was actually playing for Mallorca before, and like one thing about Budimir is that he's a very huge person. And I think I'm not sure how tall he is, but I know he's much more taller than I am, and I'm like
Yeah.
I'm 185. You understand? Like, so I used to remember Mallorca were in the second division, so like this is someone who was battled it out in the second division, and I remember there was a point where he had scored like 15 goals from for Mallorca and stuff like that in the first division as well. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because, he's a big physical attacker and he's going to rough over our defenders, and we're weak at, defending set pieces. So to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if, one of the antics, of Arasti will be okay, like just whipping the balls into the box and, let's Budimir attack the defenders as well. So, and he's a seasoned warrior. So, that's something to watch out for as well.
Yeah, he's 1.9 meters tall.
Exactly. So
That's a huge
that's
guy.
quite a lot.
Twice my height.
Right.
So it's official. Doris is a dwarf.
Yeah, I could beat him. I'm sure of it. I can beat him. You say whatever you want.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Doris has her own set of specially designed heels to kind of, battle
Right, right.
battle it out. But we can't move on from Osasuna without talking about Sergio Herrera. If you guys remember, he scored, I think, multiple penalties from Benzema last season. Was it Sergio Herrera? Two pens in a
Was it?
game. That's what my memory tells me. Correct me if I'm wrong. People who are listening in, but in my opinion, I think Sergio Herrera was the guy who kind of saved a couple of pens from Benzema last year. But I rate him. I rate him whenever I've seen him. He has been a very good keeper, especially his diving and reflexes. He's not very good on the ball, but he is a very old-fashioned shot stopper, and he is also a very huge reason why Osasuna has been consistent ever since they got promoted and never got relegated. Um, yeah, so Osasuna, in all honesty, poses a different kind of threat in our 100% ongoing 100% record this season. Um, we play at home, which is a good sign. Benzema's back, which is another good sign. But I hope, like he has always done throughout the season, that Carlo kind of manages minutes efficiently and just does enough to do the job. Because we have a Clásico coming up, we have Getafe next weekend, we have a Champions League game against Shakhtar. So it is all going bonkers right 30 days before the World Cup kicks off. So I just hope we, escape this game without any kind of major knocks. No silly deviations from how we have been approaching the season so far. Just get the job done, boys.
That's
Uh,
actually that's actually true.
yeah.
I'll just add something before we wind up the section. It's that it's not a game to be taken lightly just because of how physical it will be. So it will be a very physical competition. But our record shows that we've just lost one match against them. Our previous interaction in 2021 ended in a draw.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will have some physical attacking threats in our box. We'll have to do with makeshift defense if it comes to that. All decisions
Yeah.
considered, and yeah, that will be the physicality of the game will be something to watch out for, especially since we want to keep all our players in peak condition. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fair point. Fair point. Anything else to add, boys, before we kind of wrap up the preview?
Well, I just wanted to say that Osasuna could probably adopt a style of just chucking the ball inside the box, and I honestly think that's a blessing if both Alaba and Militao don't play, because goddamn. No, I'm serious. I think Nacho and Rudiger are much better in the air, and I don't know about others, but I really trust Nacho, and I really like Nacho as a player. I will always like that player.
Nacho,
So
whenever he's called upon, he
yes,
does the
yes,
job. Does the job.
yeah.
Very valid point, like to
Would,
kind of beat out the aerial prowess of
yeah.
Osasuna.
Would you
Okay.
guys guess the favorite opponents of the Lord, Lucas Vasquez?
Is it actually
Uh,
Osasuna?
It's
Thank you.
Osasuna. He has 3 goals against Osasuna.
He's not back yet, though. Lucas Vasquez is not back yet, from what I've
But I
heard.
actually read that they were like doing. He was training with Benzema earlier during the week, but I don't know if he's fully fit for the game. I don't know.
But I read he wouldn't be making the matchday squad.
All right then. All right.
I'm not sure it's 100% confirmed.
If
But
he
yeah.
comes in and scores, that's my week, my year made. So
But he's the god, though. I mean, he doesn't need to be included in the matchday squad to come on and score.
I mean,
He will find a way.
I
He will
mean,
find a way.
sure, Sunil. Okay.
He will find a way. But moving on, this is kind of our take on what is bound to happen, especially on Sunday against Osasuna. Just get the job done, boys, and get out. Hopefully, we maintain this 100% record and stay on top of La Liga. Barcelona is not to be messed with, you know. They have been doing pretty good, and we gotta just go through the motions like usual, like usual. And for all the fans that are getting ahead of themselves, especially with how we are playing, just calm it down a bit, you know.
Or don't,
Take
or don't. Enjoy the wins, man. Just go through
Obviously enjoy the moment.
it.
Obviously enjoy the moment. Like I don't come over here in the post and get in. But after that, don't go to your fellow mates and kind of brag about it. It's not that
I
time
would say
yet, you
this though.
know.
I think anyone has been a follower of Real Madrid since Carlo Ancelotti's last time would
Yeah.
know that he would not celebrate this. Because I remember very well we had a 22 match winning streak and ended up winning nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
So
in
I mean,
2040.
it's normal at this point of time, like with Carlo, to have this much games consecutively. So I mean, just let's wait come the time when the players start to burn out and see how we handle the games then.
But it is still a good achievement though, Farooq. You can't deny it.
Man, the man has gone 22 games without losing, man, with Real Madrid with the same team. It's just
Right.
7 games, man. Like I mean, it's nothing compared to 22.
Right. Okay, fair. You're one of the staunchest critics of Carlo. I was just
I'm not saying that I agree with you, but right now I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying like people should understand that we've been here before. It's not the first time like that Carlo is done on this. You understand with the same team. So that's what I'm just pointing out here.
the real test arrives after the World Cup and into the knockout stages in the Champions League when it's gonna
Definitely.
be when we're gonna be properly tested. I hope we are ready. And I hope all our players are up for it and fully fit. Touch wood, touch wood. But yeah, so we were planning on kind of doing this thing for a while now, but we had the courage to kind of speak up against the evil corporation that is Electronic Arts. The intro throughout the years. I've been playing FIFA since I was like 6 or 7, and it's in the game has always puzzled me.
EA Sports. It's in the
It's
game.
not in the game. It's not. It's
Not this time, though.
That's
Most
the bit,
things
that's
are
the
not
bit.
in game still.
See, when you see this, there's something in psychology that I've heard that when you keep repeating something to yourself, two
You
things
start
can
to
happen.
believe it.
Yeah, two things can happen. Either you start to believe it or you stop believing. So, in my opinion, all throughout these years, it's in the game. When they kind of did it year after year, they slowly started removing stuff, the basic stuff, and kind of going with the motto, it's in the game to whitewash everything that they do behind the scenes, which is basically ignoring bugs, putting out lackluster content, like what Doris was talking about before we came on live, that they push out a game year in, year out. They are not
Same
perfect
game.
by
The same game, man. It's just.
They are not
Exactly the
perfect
same
by
game. It
absolutely.
could have
They're
been an
not
update.
Yeah, I'm still playing. I feel like I'm still playing FIFA 14, but with different menus. Alex Hunter's gone, so I'm sad about that. But yeah.
Even the menus are the same. What are you talking about? Even the
I mean,
menus look the same,
They
just
removed
a different color.
They removed the
I
story
could
mode.
do that in Paint.
I mean, I know Jacob is there, like punching his skin. Why is he not here to defend the software developers, man? He has to be here to take a stand for the.
Yeah,
absolutely. Jacob should be here.
but here we are raging against the machine, so it's all fair. It's all
The
fair.
thing is, Yadu, that's a very casual point that you made. FIFA
Yeah.
14 and FIFA 21 looks the same. Absolutely not. Like I'll agree that they're shit. EA is a terrible company. They are scums, right? All that is true. But the reason that why we play is because other games and other developers can't make anything close to what FIFA delivers, especially in terms of atmosphere, especially in terms of licensing as well. The
Which
wide
disappears next year, so I don't know.
I don't think it's going to disappear.
bring
I
me
don't
the
think it's going to
replacements.
disappear.
I'm
I
hyped
don't
about
think
the
it's going to
replacements.
disappear. You don't realize the monopoly that EA
That's
has
actually true.
within
Yeah.
football games.
I realize it and it's
Nobody else
depressing.
will have nobody else will have the money to get any sort of licenses of FIFA. That's never going to happen. Never ever. I mean, you saw what PES did. Like I used to play PES majorly throughout my childhood as well. Winning 11 even before it became Pro Evolution Soccer. I used to play Winning 11, and I used to be a
Yeah,
huge fan, especially
yeah.
their physics, the engine, their realistic visuals, their match day presentation. In my opinion, their Champions League match day presentation trumps FIFA any day. But since FIFA took it on and nobody else is there, it kind of looks clean. But in my opinion, older PES games handle Champions League presentation way better. But yeah, man, like PES was made by engineers, so it's a very mechanical kind of approach to a football game, and which honestly, so many purists like me, we also kind of enjoyed it, but they couldn't keep up with it. They couldn't keep up with the range of reach that FIFA had, especially their tie-up with Premier League, in my opinion, which kind of rocketed them like at least a couple levels to what they are now. Um, but we can't deny the fact that FIFA is a huge part of all of our lives. We hate the game, we hate it, but we still play it
I mean,
because it is.
yeah, I concede. I mean, it's shitty improvements every year, but I still keep playing it. During the lockdown, the whole pro clubs was a part of my daily schedule. So make of that what you will, but it's I still don't agree with the stuff that they're doing, the improvements that they're making. Then again, we're not here for a game review. We're
Yeah,
here for player reviews, so Sunaid, I'll just let you get into that. Yeah.
absolutely. So FIFA ratings has been like we all know, clearly subjective. Subjective in the sense it is subjective purely due to bias, and
Yeah.
you know what bias I'm referring to, right? Yeah, the bias we all know, the entire of Europe kind of loathes that kind of bias from every angle. But the Premier League bias is what drives FIFA sales. So it only makes sense for them to kind of boost up Premier League player ratings. But even after winning one of the most historic Champions League titles last season, we got shunned like usual. And we are Real Madrid, right? Like take us as a team, we have a very solid partnership with FIFA. Like they are one of our official sponsors, I think game sponsors or something like that. Like we have a uh, very
Close
like
tie,
the
close
partnership
tie. Yeah.
yeah, close ties with EA. And it has been an ongoing partnership at least since FIFA 17. So the past 5 6 years we have been with them, and they show us no love. And this is our chance to kind of ask them how the fuck do these guys come, to this conclusion that some of the Premier League stars should be warranted higher upgrades, than players that play for us. I mean, they live in BC, just a few hours from where I live. I could just head down there and kick their ass off, but I would rather choose the peaceful way and kind of debate it out right now. I'm gonna just bring up the screen in a second, Yadu, if I'm okay with doing it. Um, just give me a second.
Okay, guys, while Sunil is doing it, I'll just apologize in advance because I feel like there's going to be very, very tense moments coming up in the next couple of minutes or hours.
Like I said, all my reasonable takes are done. Now on, I'm not holding anything back. You're hearing wild shit from this moment on. Like, trust me, bro.
Brace yourself. You see how Doris is quiet? She is sharpening the knives.
But I
I
can understand. I also got that feeling, man. I was like, okay, shit is gonna hit the fan soon.
You can see that she is quite prepared to kind of let it fly. But first player, Yeah, Thibokotoa. So this is his FIFA 22 card, right? And we were coming off of a season finishing second behind Atleti. He was insane. He didn't get a rating improvement. He was 89 in FIFA 21. He remained the same. And from what I remember, his positioning got improved from an 85 to an 86. I don't see how even that is kind of justifiable. But last season, right? Let's kind of put this into perspective. How important was he, and how instrumental was he in us winning one of the most historic doubles in our history? And he gets a +1, a +1, right? Let's debate it out. Like, do you guys agree that a +1 is what he deserves after last season?
The obvious answer is fuck no. But for the purposes of the discussion, I'll say no. That's just dumb. It's not valid. He should be the highest rated goalkeeper, at least from my eyes, considering all the performances last season, and also considering that FIFA had a lot of focus on the Champions League campaign in all of their marketing for the past 2 years. There's no way this makes sense. In a Champions League team, whoever knows football is picking Courtois to be, in a realistic scenario, whoever in the real world, people are picking Courtois to be their keeper if he's available. Like it's just what it is.
I mean, if you even look into some of his stats, 84 diving. Do you think 84 diving is warranted for a player that makes the most acrobatic saves that anyone makes in Europe?
Plus, there has been no improvement from the previous year.
Yeah.
For our audio listeners out there, Courtois changed his card changed rating from 89 to 90 this year overall. The stats haven't improved at all, to be fair. And yeah, now I'll let Sunaid get back into it.
In my opinion, it's criminal. Like, for the season he had, at least a +2 is a minimum. Like, I get it. Like, once a certain player's rating kind of passes the 80, 86, 87 mark, the upgrades are kind of very minimal. So even then, a +2 is what he deserved, equal
Yeah,
to what
but
Benzema.
there's so many people that watch the Premier League that chant every time that Alisson is better, and he is an 89, if I'm not wrong, which I think it would turn England crazy if Courtois was not 1 but 2 points overall higher than him. I think that's the only reason he isn't a 92, 91, sorry. And not only that, I feel like all ratings got nerfed a bit, if I'm not wrong. Like most players didn't get huge upgrades, like
Alisson was
above
an 89.
90.
Yeah.
Above
Yeah.
90, there are many players that got like huge buffs and huge ratings.
It's also due to the fact that Messi and Cristiano got downgraded,
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Actually, for me personally, I would say this. Actually, the thing what I thought most is that Couto has 90 and Manoloy also has 90. You understand?
See, that's what I don't get. Exactly.
I would have been perfectly okay if Couto had 90 and the Neuers and the Alissons and the Edersons or Oblaks all had 89. So it's like the game, acknowledging the fact that this guy is one step above all of the others. You understand? But when you place him and Manuel Neuer on the same level, I'm just trying to think, okay, I assume that these guys don't even watch La Liga. You understand? But are you stupid? Are you sleeping? The City game, the Chelsea game, the Liverpool game. I mean, even if you didn't watch any game, you watched the Liverpool game, for God's sake, So I don't know, man, but yeah, it's just
I agree with
that's
that,
the thing. I actually was gonna say to this, most likely why Neuer has a 90 is because they're going to give him a very high pass and accuracy, rating, which you can see obviously here it's a 91 and Couto has a 75. I think that's one of the things that maybe they would say, okay, like he has more than this, but I don't think it warrants.
But over the years, Farouk, Thibaut has been so much better on the ball, like compared to his earlier years. Like now, in my opinion, he is one of the best in Europe in playing out of the back and kind of distributing the
True,
ball.
but he is trying something in the last few games that makes me clench, where he doesn't pick up the ball with his hands or just like pass it or shoot it. He's trying to dribble, which, dude, just don't. Like it's not time. It's not time to do that.
Yeah.
It's really scary, but I don't know. I feel like we have to trust him. I doubt he would do that if he didn't know what he was doing. But I think it's funny if we mention Alisson and Ederson in the same conversation as him for playing at the back.
Let's look at Ederson
Playing
as well
with the feet.
before we kind of move on from the goalkeeper. Ederson got basically the same rating as last season. Even he didn't get like Ederson, in my opinion, makes so many mistakes, man. Like so many crucial mistakes, but he gets bailed out by how well City plays. I mean, he's a good keeper. Take nothing away from him. His kicking, as you can see, is 93. I mean, he's very good on the ball and stuff like that, but I don't agree the difference between Ederson and Courtois is one,
So actually, that's actually I would disagree with you, Sunil, to be honest. Like Ederson is a very good player, but he's not a very good goalkeeper. I think Ederson and Lloris are very, very similar goalkeepers in the sense that like they're keepers who would,
Lloris is a better shot stopper than
so that's what I was gonna say to you. Like I would say like they're above average in what they do, you understand? But like you wouldn't put them at the top. But Ederson, I think he's the best goalkeeper I've seen in my whole life. What I mean by that is like by the passing, by the way he reads the game, the way he comes out, all the things he does, except for actually the shot stopping itself.
And composure as well. Courtois is a different beast when it comes to composure. In the big games, in the big moments, not to make silly errors. It's not a stat that you consider, but it's a stat in real life,
Let's move on to our new boy from last season.
Oh, the chairman. Yeah.
The chairman, Mr. David Alaba. Right. So he was in 84, which was baffling enough itself for me because he used to be very highly rated. I still remember he used to be like 87, 88 consistently back in the day. But an 84 to an 86, do you guys think it's fair?
Very warranted, man. I think it's fair game. 84 to 86 given the season he's had. And as you rightly point out, also for FIFA, like after you get past the 80 mark, the bump is usually very, very difficult, and also it's also very obvious even when you play the game. Like the 2 points bump is quite a huge deal, and for me, I find it like it's okay.
I was actually surprised by how well it turned out. I didn't expect that Alaba would get a 2-point boost, especially considering that most of his main characteristic ratings haven't changed that much. But then this rating will definitely make him a better beast to play with FIFA. So yeah, I was surprised, but I agree with it.
He's not the most meta defender. I mean, if you want to deal with meta, I'm gonna show you our Brazilian beast in a moment, who is exceptional. His 82 card in 22 itself was legendary. How he had the animations that players like your Maldini had. His aggression, his acceleration always kind of made him a cheap beast, especially the earlier few months. What about this upgrade, 82 to 84? He got a +3 in pace. He got a +1 in dribbling, which I think should be more. Militao takes so many more risks than your average centre back. A +2 in defense, not bad. Same physical, nah. The way he fucking springs up every time he rolls on the floor these
The
past few months.
somersault.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just rolls and gets back up. He's very
that
acrobatic. It
alone,
just yeah.
that alone should warrant a +5 in physical, right? I mean, it's not human to do that,
No,
right?
the system's basically broken, especially with how they have the chem style this time. But overall, a +2 makes sense. Could you scroll down a little bit, Sunaid? Because I want to take a look at the other stats, the progressive
I mean,
stats.
for that, we have
Oh, sorry, yeah.
footprint. Hold on. For if you need a kind of in-depth,
Yeah, because I want to
uh,
for Militao, they have been like minimal upgrades, but upgrades that make sense for the player. Or so I've read. Um,
right, there you go. Acceleration, sprint speed,
yeah, yeah. Defending
positioning.
85, defensive awareness 85. That's what I'm talking about. It makes sense. Makes sense for him this time. Physicality 82 again. It's strength that gets him down, and I think people judge him for his tall, thin frame, which is not doing him any justice. It's just a card based on how he looks.
His jumping is 85. Should it be 85?
it
You
should.
know,
It probably should
he
not be.
jumps better than Alaba. No, but in my opinion, you know what? Alaba tries more to kind of get to an air ball than Militao, and I think 85 is probably, you know, kind of
To be fair, that's a little bit
milking it.
high. Yeah.
Alaba has gone like really close to scoring a few times from a header and a
I think he's
corner
also scored.
last season.
He's also
Yeah,
scored. Yeah.
but it's been like multiple instances of him trying and it being like
Let's
he's close.
let's compare them, right? Um, Alaba, David Alaba. Okay, so let's go to their
Alabas are more clearly suited better to attack, which historically defines him. He wanted to play in the midfield, and he's been denied that for till the end of time. It seems like because he's just too good. He's just too good of a centre back to risk him going upwards, and the FIFA stats
there's
make sense.
there's a +5 heading accuracy difference between Alaba and Militao. I don't think it's that far. They both are equally shit, you know. So I mean, I don't think it is not it is that deep.
Yeah.
But standing tackle, sliding tackle, physicality, obviously Militao is a much more. But Alaba is no slouch either. And 77 just makes me wonder what are these guys watching?
Looking
Alaba,
at this, I don't know how Alaba is 86 and Edler is 84. Like if you look at the stats and compare them,
yeah.
it is a bit
That's how
strange.
FIFA kinda calculates their face rating. It's not just by the stats that we see here. It's also the in-game stats, the IGs, which kind of define the face card stat.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that's the reason why. Um,
But 77 physicality, come on,
yeah.
come on.
What he loses on is stamina, obviously, strength, aggression, yeah.
Aggression.
But
Yeah.
whenever I've seen him in real life, Alaba is proper aggressive, right? Like he's really aggressive. I mean, I don't know how it's just at 78. I mean, it's
At some point,
yeah,
you have to consider that they're just throwing together some of these stats so that it
yeah, for sure, for sure.
yeah, because
It's
they,
made
I
by
mean,
Canadians, you know. So
physically they can't watch every match, but then at least watch the major
yeah,
matches to decide the cards. But
mm.
yeah,
But
it's less than fair. Let's just put it that way.
okay, moving on. That's the center backs done. That's Militao, 82 to 84. He is fucking expensive. I'll tell you right now, he's like 200, 300K for sure. Because
Yeah.
an 86 pace center back is fucking expensive. I can tell you that. But moving on to Carvajal. Carvajal is interesting,
Oh
and I
no.
hate to see it.
Oh
I
no.
hate to see it. This is his 23 rating, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm worried about this card, you know.
Carvajal. he got a Team of the Week card, 86, and then yeah, this was his
Base
base
card,
card.
485. Yeah.
He was an 85 last year, and considering how crucial he was, his assist against City alone warrants the rating to be at least same. Like he didn't have the best of seasons last season, right? We can all agree with that. Like
Yeah,
he had his
as
nervy
an
moments.
counterpoint, he didn't play for much of the season in the beginning.
In the beginning.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
why. That's probably why there's a
But
1 point loss. But it should have stayed the same just because his second half of the season, absolute top of his career. Holy shit. Yeah, the downgrade
I
wasn't
mean,
warranted in this case. It's just 1 point drop. So that makes it kind of okay for me, I
they
guess.
they bumped up his pace. Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. They bumped up his pace from 80
Okay,
to
that's
82.
wrong.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's
Yeah,
And
wrong.
lowered his passing somehow. Just
Yeah.
strange.
Mi -1. I mean, I don't get it. Defense, yeah. I think he's much more. I mean, he gets skinned for pace, but he can defend. Whenever I've seen him kind of jostling for a ball or kind of looking to nick in a tackle, he has been improved in my opinion. So I think defense is okay. Physicality +1, -1. I mean, I don't know, uh, but it is kind of peak that a Champions League winner, gets a downgrade, especially considering how crucial Carvajal was last season.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, he did have a pretty big mistake against PSG, giving out the penalty, but I think it cancels out with the cross he gave to Rodrigo to win us the game, actually to
Mm,
equalize the game.
yeah,
mm.
yep.
I don't.
I
Yeah,
think that
I
explains
agree. He
Doris.
he shouldn't have been.
Yeah, Doris. I think that is our argument against the passing being reduced. It should be more, not less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, or at least just keep him the same. I
The
don't think there
same.
was much point in changing the card anyway. But maybe
Mm,
it's because they're trying to make the game like more dynamic in one way, like make the right backs a
yeah.
bit meh.
So that you
No.
can score more goals. Yeah.
Well, it could be that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, the conspiracy theories can keep
Like I
can
said,
keep going, but
like I said,
mm,
my reasonable takes are done. They just want a game where people can keep scoring goals and avoid the
right,
low blocks and the good defense. So yeah.
right. So,
Is that the base
this
card?
is
That's not the base card.
no. This was the footies card that came out when we won the Champions League,
Oh yeah.
which was an insane card. It cost like 3 million on release. I still remember. I couldn't get it. Um, but let me go for his base card, which is yeah. This was his 22 base card, and in 23, funnily enough, no improvement.
Wow,
Oh, that's
No improvement.
surprising.
wow.
That's surprising and also
Nothing.
kind of depressing.
Which one is which? Sorry.
The
FIFA
second,
22 first,
yeah.
and 23 is the second. I mean, is the current.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
his defense should not remain same though. His defense
shouldn't be
78,
higher, right?
78. Yeah, definitely.
It should be so much
Definitely.
more higher.
I mean,
And
even
he
the
lost the
dribble should be
point
much more higher.
on dribbling, which I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly agree. Stop dribbling, man. Pass the ball. I know.
I actually personally feel like his dribbling should be higher though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just
he's
kidding. I'm
way
just
more.
fucking like.
Because he's attempted more dribbles last season than the season before.
That's
Yeah.
actually true. He went ahead so many times, which
I agree.
also the shot. I mean, he
Ma-
took more shots. Whether they converted or
Mendy,
not is
if
a
you
different question. The short
right,
stat as
Mendy,
well
if you
should go up.
notice, like his pirouettes and stuff like that, man has skills. Like
Yeah.
he's not your defensive stalwart alone. He can drive with the ball. He he has surprised me quite often with how he can wriggle out of tight spaces. Mendy is an
so
underrated
true.
dribbler.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decreased it -1 and stuff. Who is the other left back that we can kind of compare him with in the Premier League? Maybe Robertson, who has clearly
Nah, I
fallen off a
wouldn't
cliff.
No.
compare them. Definitely not.
Who was City's left back?
Cancelo plays
Cancelo.
left back now, right?
I think so.
Was it
Nah,
Chelsea?
man.
He was in Arsenal.
88. This is
That's the bias. Yeah, that's the bias.
the bias.
Woohoo.
Okay, guys. Like let's not go there, man. Like Cancelo is one hell of a motherfucker.
Cancelo is
to be
good.
honest.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
he's
just gonna say that.
He's
Cancelo
really,
is good.
really good. Nobody's saying that he's
He's
shit.
really good.
He is
See,
really good.
I'm not denying the fact that he's one of the best, right, at the moment. He can play on both wings. You know, he's insanely skillful, all that. But a 5-point difference between Mendy and Cancelo, I can't have it.
True.
Maybe a 2-point. If Mendy was 85, 86, no problemo. But he's an 83. And 83, like for Mendy, who has been so crucial, especially in how solid we have been at the back, this is mental, man. This is
I
mental.
agree. 85 or 86 at least.
Yeah.
85 deserved. We just
I
leave
feel
it
like
at that.
it's
you know.
offensive to keep him at 83 after a season like that.
But I mean, forgetting about the Cancelo discussion, I mean, one thing is that, like,
How
I
the
feel like
fuck is
we
Robertson? How
personally-
the fuck? Tell me, how the fuck is Robertson 87? Just
Liverpool.
explain.
Yeah,
Explain it to me.
Liverpool have a really, really PR-friendly
Liverpool.
team. That's the only
Come
thing.
on.
I agree with Doris, man. Liverpool is the
It's not
best
even a question.
PR-trained team in all of the
Liverpool,
world.
dude.
Yeah, that's it. It's just Liverpool.
All those comments that everyone made about Madrid for years and years, it's all on Liverpool now. And it's been like that for like at least 2 or 3 years. It's insane what their
Well,
marketing is
I've
doing.
discussed this about Liverpool in one of our previous episodes that, their number 2 basically wrote a book on how Liverpool plays. So people are saying that every coach has access to, their in-depth training drills and stuff like that. And that's how they're getting found out. That's what people say. I'm just going off.
Can I ask
rumor.
you this? Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
The point is this,
Yeah.
right? We all watch Iron Robin, right? And we know that he's
Yeah.
a one-trick pony, right?
We do know
The
that.
guy was
but
a,
we-
the
we
guy
do
was a
know that.
perennial Ballon d'Or candidate. The point is that you can show your playbook to someone. The point is
Right.
that if you believe that you're that good, you
No,
will
but
play
let-
the
let
same
me
thing,
contest
and
you
the
with
guy
that.
will
Let
not.
me contest you with that. Those are, you can argue that those are just written down on the paper. There'll be training drills and stuff. But if you can kind of see it coming, you're gonna stop them. How the fuck did Fulham, of all people, drew Liverpool? Right? How are they kind of dwindling down in 4th or 5th?
Yeah,
I
so
don't
that's the thing
remember,
right now.
but
So
they
like
are.
you're not, like.
But there has been
based
a
on,
constant
No, it's not
downward
that, man. It's not that.
style.
The point is when Liverpool have to play with Harvey Elliott, James Milner, and Jordan Henderson as the midfield trio, what are you expecting? The point is wait for the season. When Liverpool
So-
are playing to you, the first 11 they played in the Champions League final, Barca, Mane, then you can discuss. Because the argument always has been with the Liverpool is this. Liverpool has the first 11, they don't have a squad.
You will see with your own eyes, your Liverpool bias is going to get you nowhere, bro. I'm telling you as a fact.
It's not
your
about
like for
bias, man. I'm
Liverpool-
listening to you facts.
it's-
The point is, when was the last time they played a
It's
fit
gonna-
first 11? When was the last time?
See, it is
Man, I
on
am the one who
Liverpool.
said here.
It
I am
is
the
on
one who
Liverpool,
said.
and their
That is
coaching-
also the same team that would argue that their bench
It is
is
on fucking
stronger
Klopp
than
and-
most
and the
starting lineups of some teams.
and the recruitment team, right?
It's
Who
not fair to
who
say like that.
actually goes out and actively buys players who are injury prone. Is it on us viewers or is it on us people who kind of criticize them? It is not, right? It is them who actively goes and seeks out players like your Arthur, who is on the fucking hospital ward for 7 months a year, right? It's not on us. So don't bring out all this bullshit about.
I'm not saying that. You're literally telling me now that someone read the book and found Liverpool out, right? So I'm saying to you,
Basically,
obviously, even if I
It's-
play
this is what
Liverpool,
people say.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
what
no,
people
no,
say.
no. I'll
If
jump
James
in
Milner
here.
had
People
right
say in
back,
the UK
Wait,
press.
wait, wait,
If you
wait.
actually pay attention to the UK football scene, they're clearly
Yeah,
stating
okay.
that their
Yeah.
their fucking
Again.
book basically tells out too much information than what is needed.
I haven't
Right.
read the book,
And
and
it's
from what I can from
neither
what I
have I.
hear, it's easy to meme a team when it's down. It's so much easy. We've had it done to us a million times because when your team has a modicum of success
Well,
and they
fuck
and they are
Liverpool, man.
exactly.
I
Here's
hate
what
the
I'm
fact
saying.
that
Here's
Farouk
what I'm
fucking
saying.
has a liking for Liverpool.
Here's what I'm saying.
Fucking cunts, you know. Absolutely. If C word is designated to a team, it's Liverpool. Hands down. I hate them so much. I hate their fucking arrogance so much. But anyway, I don't want to get carried off into
No,
this
no, no, no.
fucking Liverpool.
Before we get back into the topic, I just want to say shout out to Diosama who says, "Bro, Mendy deserves at least an 85," which is my conclusion from the whole discussion. Please move on to the next
Yeah.
player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
86.
Valid point.
86
Valid
was
point.
good. Farouk, Ima catch up to you again, okay? Next time we mention Liverpool.
Man, I'm sure we're gonna
resume.
catch up a lot. Don't worry, man. We're in.
This
for
is
the
gonna
long run,
resume.
man.
This is gonna resume. So keep your
We're in
tabs
for
on
the
it.
long run, man.
Yeah, keep your tabs on it. Keep your tabs on it. But
And guys,
so-
we've learned
yeah.
nothing today.
Exactly.
Okay, move
Please
on.
move on. Please move on.
I didn't hear any of you, anything you said. So let's go.
Right. So to our new boy, right?
Choo choo.
Chouameni
Choo.
was in the team of the season. He got a 94 rated card. It was a pretty good card. I tried him for a couple of games, but I had majorly used this card, his 84 team of the week, last year for a few months. I think during mid Jan to mid Feb, he was actually pretty good. But a 79 to an 82.
Let's
Not bad.
Fucking go. The pace should
Not
be
bad.
the pace should be much higher. Just my first takeaway. He's faster. He's very acute player who you want on the ball. And yeah, the pace should be higher, but 3-point improvement absolutely warranted. Wonder kid season, and yeah, that's all, I guess. Passing stat again the fine details. Passing should be higher for me. Shooting, again, there's a disrespect there. The card as a whole is underrated. It feels underrated for some reason because of the details, but a 3-point improvement, I'll take that any day, man.
Absolutely.
Okay, I have to
haven't-
mention that Rodrigo is 81 or 82, and that's come on.
It's 81.
If Chouameni,
We'll get into Rodrigo. We're going player by
I'm
player.
just saying for the upgrade, he got upgraded by 3 points from 79, which is
Yeah.
I think
It's also driven by
Actually,
the hype.
I think Doris as well.
Rodrigo.
It's about the fact that Chouameni was a showing starter, so he played a lot of games compared to Rodrigo. I think maybe that might also play a factor in that.
Or the transfer saga, or how well the transfer
also
played
the
out.
transfer automatically gives everybody an upgrade. Like that's how FIFA works.
Yeah.
Rudiger didn't get an upgrade for the Chelsea Champions League winning season, but when he moved on to Madrid, he got an upgrade. So
Which is warranted
Yeah, no,
because we are
no.
Madrid. So.
yeah. So Chouameni 82, not bad. I played with him even last night. He's pretty good. For an 82 card, he's pretty impressive, I must say.
Yeah.
And I miss my Casemiro from last year. Casemiro used to be my stalwart in CDM, but yeah, this is a nice change of pace, Chouameni. And FIFA, if you guys are listening, this guy had a fucking face in FIFA 22. I have no idea why you guys have given him a generic face in FIFA 23. So doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But
Again,
we
this is where we're missing Jacob. This is where he jumps to defend the software people. But fair enough.
let's go to Rudiger, right? So
An
Rudiger is now
interesting,
20.
curious case of Antonio Rudiger.
He was 83.
what?
4-point
in
jump.
FIFA 22.
I
Why?
didn't know this. Haven't seen
Why? Why do
his
you have a
card.
4-point jump, Rudiger?
Last season wasn't his best, right? His best ever season was a season when Chelsea essentially won the Champions League. And people were crying out and asking EA, this guy had a phenomenal season. He did I'm not sure how much he changed from 21. Let's just take a look. But people are saying it was a criminal. Oh, okay. He got a 2-point upgrade. He was 81 in 21, 83 in 22, and 87 in 23. But you can see, realistically, he should be 85. But the +2 comes from the fact that he joined us, you know. But we can't complain, can we? They gave us a bonus in Rudiger. Phenomenal stats. 82 pace is very good for a centre back. 53 shooting, not bad. He got a +10. Can be better.
I think
71
that came
passing.
in for his aerial ability or for his heading. I think that's where the shooting stat came in from.
Not
Fair
just that,
enough.
he scored a banger against Crystal Palace last season, I remember, with Chelsea. Rudiger,
No idea.
outside the box. I think it was
Okay.
Crystal Palace or something, but yeah, banger, absolute banger. But 85 physical, 84 to 85, 84 to 86 in defending. Not bad. Pretty
It's a good card.
straightforward
It's a good
upgrade.
card to have. I take this 86.
Very
Is
good card.
this the best La Liga center back card? Or is there
Um,
a better player?
no, I think Rudiger is the highest rated La Liga centre back.
Premier
I'm
League
not 100% sure.
center back coming to La Liga and dominating La Liga.
Yeah.
It has a
Do you
good
see
ring to it.
what I'm
Yeah.
trying to add
Hmm.
with that?
It
I don't
makes
know. It
it
just
makes
icks
no
me.
real experience sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And
Bro,
87
but
is a bit
historically, our centre backs used to be the best in the world for 10 years straight. So,
true.
let them have Rudiger.
But also,
Rudiger is nothing.
I think it's also so they bump up La Liga stats for center backs. 'Cause I don't know. We lost Kunde, so no La Liga Kunde. We get Christensen in Barcelona, but I'm not gonna play him. You know that.
Same. Yeah.
I'm not playing any Barcelona player in my team.
Same, bro.
And,
It just
I-
doesn't
Me
feel
neither.
good.
Yeah, it doesn't
Well,
feel right.
um,
So I guess they just had to do it, to bump up the stats a bit.
yeah.
Which
Nacho.
is understandable, but I would have added it to other players like Militao, for example, or
Right.
Nacho, maybe, but nah.
81,
+1 is good.
82. Not bad. I don't know how
Solid.
the fuck he has a reduction in pace. He had 78 pace last year and 75. He's fairly quick, he's not rapid, but I don't understand where the
It's
reduction in
just,
pace comes
I
from.
think they just copy pasted it from last year and they just applied some aging stat algorithm and they just came up.
That's
they just
also
a
thing.
pushed this card.
True.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm actually happy with Nacho's card. It's a good card.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Like he's always been a cheap beast in FIFA. He's fairly easy to buy off the market, especially early stages of the game. He does the job.
Very likable as well.
Uh,
You know, when you have Nacho on your team in FIFA, it just feels good putting him in. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's the connection that we.
Nacho
made with
has that
Nacho.
vibe, Yeah, Nacho has that vibe. Even in real life, when you watch him, I can say he's light. He exudes that kind of Madridismo more than anybody on the field whenever I see him. So Nacho is special. Nacho is special. But we discussed Chouameni. So moving on to the midfield, in essence now, let's go to Modric. Right. Oh, Lukita had a 97 rated card. I still remember last season. It was a team of the season card. Was insane. But yeah. 89. He got a team of the week card for his performance against Croatia. That's why it's showing up. But yeah, 87 to 88.
Fucking criminal that. Just
I don't understand how he's not above 90.
exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
As I see it, there's 3 La Liga players above 90, or 90 and above. One is Courtois, one is Lewandowski.
Benzema and
And
Lewandowski.
Oblak.
Oblak is
No,
89.
Oblak is
Right.
89.
Oblak is
Yeah,
89.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
He
this
got
is,
downgraded.
it doesn't make sense. Kroos and Modric should be above 90 for all reasons that make sense. But anyway,
This is just clearly okay. Right. This is where we need to delve into the fucking PL bias. Come on, one by one, shoot someone that we can compare him with. Should we compare him with Thiago
No.
Alcantara?
no, why? Just
No, we need to actually kind of put it in perspective the bias they show on the
yeah,
cards.
yeah. Put Thiago in just to see what we're up against.
How is he an 86?
How is Modric an 88 compared to that? That is the question that we should be asking. Let Thiago's card be what it is. I'm not getting into that again. But Thiago has a 90 drift, whereas Modric has 88. And 89 passing for Modric just doesn't sit right. Yeah, it's
I don't
just,
understand.
it's an L. It's an L for EA, man. It's an L for EA. There's just no getting around it. It should be a much better card.
Let's-
Yeah.
Okay, this is the guy I always kind of ask myself and ask people around. Okay, he is the fucking hype train in Europe, right? In terms of a midfielder.
Yeah,
How
for our audio listeners, Sunay just pulled out De Bruyne's card, and yeah, we'll get into it shortly. I promise.
De Bruyne is exceptional, right?
De Bruyne
he
is an
can
exceptional
contribute
talent,
attack.
yes.
He can contribute by scoring himself, assisting others, all that. Would never deny it.
Yes,
But how does
some other players, I mean, I understand for De Bruyne, I understand why they choose him. You cannot argue that. I wouldn't argue for him, but there are some other players that, like, for example, other 88s are Bernardo Silva, and everyone above that, actually, it's Luka Modric, Kroos, and Bernardo Silva, and for 89 and above, it's Casemiro, Kante, and Kimmich. So I think it's a bit, I don't know, because they play they don't play the same style of football, and if you had to choose, would you? It's a difficult question to ask, but would you choose, for example, Silva or Modric currently in your team? Be honest. Be completely
in real life or in
honest.
FIFA?
In real
Both.
life.
In both, I'll pick Modric. He is the better player. I mean, I don't know what more he
And
needs to prove.
Kimmich, he's also 89
That's actually a good
I'll pick
question.
Modric over anybody.
with Casemiro also at 89.
Yeah, that's a partnership of dreams. You put Joshua Kimmich and yeah, Casemiro together in a team. There's little escaping that.
Casemiro 89 is fine, but I'm asking you guys about De Bruyne. He has always been 92, 91, 92, 91. Always. Is he that good? Like, he is good.
Can you pull up
Let it-
Modric's card from when he won yeah, Ballon d'Or?
The Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, you can close
FIFA
his card.
19.
19, yeah. Because that should have been his best rated card of all time, and let's just see if. So there you
That's
go.
a 91. But
It-
still,
the
but
maximum
still,
the maximum
let
he
me-
got to was 91, which just
No, I understand, right? Okay, this is warranted. But has De Bruyne been that insane? I don't see the point here.
Actually, Sunil,
mean-
actually, I was thinking about this though. After Modric won the Ballon d'Or, like, I think his rating plummeted a lot. Can you just show the rating of 20, FIFA 20? Just remove Kroos, maybe if possible. Yeah. FIFA 21. 20, yeah, 20, sorry.
he got relegated to a 90, and in 21, it got down to an 87.
Yeah, I think most likely this is where the issue comes because to be honest, like there was this, 18-month span where Modric, like form was really, really, really bad, to be honest. So I think maybe that's what happens. And with all due respect, you understand, I totally understand the outrage. Was expecting Modric to be at least a 90. Obviously, I don't expect him to be a 91, but I was expecting him to be a 90. But I think that's where it comes from because like Kevin De Bruyne has been consistent for the past couple of years, to be honest. I think he's building on that consistency. That's why he's able to get this card. But then on the other hand, when Rudiger has a 4-point jump, so I think Luka Modric also should be able to get such a jump as well, to be honest, given what's happened over the past 18 months as well.
I can never understand this, man. De Bruyne, he is good. But I don't think he can influence a game like the way Modric does. I mean,
Just
I
just
don't
looking
get
at the cards, I guess the question is the current De Bruyne better than Ballon d'Or Modric? That's the only question here, honestly.
He's not. He's a better goal scorer, I'll tell you that. He's not. Hands down, he's not.
I
Simple
agree
as.
with that.
He's not.
He's not. And there's a lot of people arguing that he is. I actually saw a post today calling Luka overrated and how they don't understand
Jesus Christ.
how people put him in the top 10, let alone top 5. And I don't know what to say to that.
Tony Cruz.
I mean,
Okay.
if someone makes that statement to me, man, I mean, there's no even need to have a discussion with them. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, that's
I just avoid that conversation.
okay, let's just move on, people. And actually, this same sentence you used to me, I remember there was this guy when I was doing my internship. He always uses that line on me, but for Tony Kroos. He's like, he doesn't understand what people see around this guy. And I'll just be like, okay, like, what should I even say? I don't even know. I mean, like, is this guy watching the same games I'm watching?
Yeah.
Like,
He was,
it's just
remember
so-
me, Farooq, like I was skeptical about how much he can, physically keep up, but
I know,
even I
but
was
your
shut up.
skepticism was about his age, your skepticism was about his physicality, with time he
Yeah.
gets older and like, he slows down. But this guy was talking to me about, Tony Kroos in the 2017s, man, when we were having back-to-back Champions League, man. I mean, if you were saying that to me last year, towards the, the beginning of last year, I would say, okay, like, because to be honest, like Kroos was a bit down, like we can't deny this, you understand? So I can understand where he's coming from. But, he was saying this to me in 2017, I'll be like, okay, like, are we watching the same things?
Like when
I mean,
you
to be honest, it's go on.
no. Like when you actually pull Cruz out of the team, you kind of realize what he brings to the team. He does the stuff that goes unnoticed. Cruz basically dictates the game by stuff that is so mundane. Like it is nothing out of the ordinary. That's why probably casuals.
There's a reason to why he's won all the team honors possible, including the World Cup. I mean, you can't sleep on a player like that. What the fuck, bro?
Exactly.
So that, yeah.
It's always mentioned how other players win a World Cup, but I don't ever see anyone mentioning Cruz's World Cup, and maybe for Lucas, but they put it in the same sentence with Spain and Xavi and
Fucking 11K.
Iniesta.
My
That's
God.
literally like the Real Madrid of national teams. How can you compare those teams and Croatia, for example? Like put those teams in the same sentence. That's crazy to me. That is insane to me, and I will never agree with that. Never.
Definitely 100%, to be fair. 100%. I mean, it's so criminal, to be honest. Actually, we have a chat here, like, that was someone saying Modric needs a 91. Anything under is a crime.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. Dio Sama, you get me, bro. Exactly. You're my guy. I'm telling you. Yes. Agreed.
But to be honest, what I'm actually wondering is how did Casemiro get a fucking 89?
He was 89 in the previous year as well.
I mean, what the fuck? I mean, aren't you watching the same games? I mean, I watched the game where Casemiro was on the
it is
field together with
in relation to his position. You should also understand that it is in relation to his position. As a CDM, he was fantastic, right? Like, yeah, like his other stats aren't rightly that good. Like if you take into account his agility, his dribbling, ball control is shit. But what ups his rating is his aggression and physicality stats and stuff like that.
I
He's
get you
not
totally,
gonna
Sunaid.
get downgraded the year after he wins the
I totally
Champions League.
understand you
So at
guys, and
least
don't
keep him the same
misunderstand.
rating.
I'm not saying like Casemiro should be downgraded. No, you understand. My point is this: like, why is Casemiro on an 89 and Luka Modric on a 1488? And
Oh
to be
yeah,
honest, how is
definitely.
Kante on an 89 after the guy hasn't even played for half a year?
That's
For
why I
2 years,
read
he's
out
been
those
gone.
names because
I mean,
it makes no sense.
I am Kante's man. I worship the man, to be honest, because give me any choice of midfielder, I will always pick Kante over anyone. I am that kind of person, you understand? But the point is, man, he's not played for, as you tonight rightly pointed out, almost 2 years, man. What is he 89 about? So crazy, to be honest.
Like a couple of man of the match back to back man of the match performances en route to them winning the Champions League was the last major highlight of Kante, and it was 2 years ago. And even in that year, in that very year, people were um, telling everybody that this guy is washed. He's way past his best. He can't do the hard yards anymore. I don't get it. This is the Premier League bias I was telling you about.
I mean,
But
to be honest, like it's I will never say like it's a bias against Kante, to be honest, because I believe that even a washed Kante can do that to Real Madrid. You understand? I agree with you that he was not at his best, but he just played that. He just played like 4 Champions League games. I
yeah,
think if I'm not mistaken, like I mean, he performed outrageously in 4 Champions League games,
yeah.
and like he was the talk of the town. I can understand that because like if you watch even the final against City, like he was the X factor there. You understand? But I mean, as you rightly pointed out, it's been how many seasons ago? It's been how many months ago? You understand? Right now, that should still not reflect what's happening right now. To be honest, I don't know, man.
Yeah, Kante, if you put it into perspective, in 23, he was a 90 last year. Now he's an 89.
Again, I think it's just because he's a CDM. But having him at that rating compared to Cruz and Modric at 88, it doesn't make sense. But anyway.
I want to ask you guys something, right? So
Mhm.
agility is basically how quickly you can turn in game. That's what agility in the game means.
Mhm.
And his agility is 63. Is Cruz that slow to turn? Is he right? Is he a Mini Cooper or is he a fucking,
He's a
is he a
Ferrari,
fucking
bro.
18-foot trailer? I mean, I don't understand because I would love to use the man. I know he's slow, but 53, bro, he walks. The midfield literally, flows past him inside the game. You can't even enjoy such a great player. But his 5-star weak foot, if you can see it here, is exceptional. Like all that is good, but I don't understand some of the illogical stuff that they do. Like 58 heading accuracy. Like I've seen so many 50-50 air balls that Cruz wins and saves us last ditch.
Yeah.
Even sliding tackles is 60. I mean, come on, man. Jumping is 32. What is he? Fucking Messi? I don't
Again,
understand.
this is this. It's these stats that make picking Cruz in your team as a permanent player. It makes it really difficult because you don't enjoy playing with that player as much as you want to.
Yeah,
You don't enjoy
this is
picking
why
this
FIFA
card.
is flawed.
It's a broken system, and yeah, his speed at which he switches the midfield battles is just absolutely amazing in real life. In the game, not so much. I think they
Not so
just
much.
program the agility just because they feel like he has a lesser pace, and they wanted the stats to say pretty much that. And yeah, it makes no sense in real life, but it is what it is. But let's just
That's what it
yeah.
is. But yeah, that's I think pretty much done with midfield. Should we look at Ceballos?
Actually, yes, we should because
We
it's
should also look at Kamavinga, right?
we should, yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Kamavinga
let's
should
look at
have a big upgrade. I'm just predicting it right now.
no.
I mean, realistically, it should. FIFA never does the realistic thing, do they? It's just
He has a 79 this year compared to a 78 last year.
FIFA.
Wow.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I mean, a 1 plus 1 is fine.
The more I look into it, the more I realize how fucked FIFA is. It's yeah.
There's nothing you can do. I mean,
What
he
happened?
got
What happened in 21? I mean, what's the change between 21 and 22? Because we're also factoring in all the transfer ratings and everything. So what was the upgrade? Can you also pull up the 21 card, please?
21 Camavinga. Yeah, this was his Rene card, 76 rated. He got a
76 to
plus
78 to 79. It's not much. It should be more. It's just it is what it is.
In my opinion, I think it's fair because he wasn't a starter last season. Camavinga. Did Doris leave? Is she gone?
No, we lost connection. It's okay. She'll come back.
Right. Farooq, do you think this is fair? Camavinga? Your guy.
Yeah, Doris, you're back. Nice.
It kicked me out for some reason.
Actually, I think Camavinga should be more, in my opinion. I think he should be at least an 80, I think, because of, the impact he had. But then he's not a starter, to be honest, so that's also something to worry about. But I think actually he should be kicked up a bit as well, to be honest. I think 79 is quite a number.
Low. Quite low. It should be above 80 for all practical purposes.
I mean, I would accept an 80, to be honest. I would accept an 80.
Yeah. Same, bro. Same. I feel your pain. Again, this is what I'm saying. These are players that you really want to be in your team in FUT, but it just never happens.
I mean, let me tell you, spoiler alert, Camavinga's pretty good in game. Like, he's not the best, but he's very usable compared to Cruz, who's fucking 53 pace. You can't play with it. But let's look at Ceballos. So his 22.
Yeah, man, you're gonna compare Camavinga and what's he called? Scott McTominay.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
I know what's coming, and
that completely slipped my mind. We had kind of discussed about we should be kind of talking about it. So Scott McTominay, right? Let's bring up his 22 card as well so that we kind of get a perspective. So it's the same card basically. Maybe a slight downgrade in stats. I mean,
in pace, pretty much. But
in pace, yeah. So it doesn't make much sense. But Camavinga, right? Fucking hell. What do you guys think?
Disrespect, bro. Disrespect. Just how do I put this nicely? EA, you fucked it. EA, what the fuck, bro? Yeah.
He has a 74 shot, 74 shot. The man, the myth, the legend, Casemiro had a worse shooting rating all throughout his time with us. This guy, being 80 rated, has 74 shot. How does that make sense? Maybe he had a few goals last season, I don't know. I mean, how the fuck is he 74 rated in shooting? Camavinga didn't score many goals for us, maybe I think 1 or 2 last season, that's it. But how is there so much of a disparity? Isn't this bias? This should be clearly bias, right? Scott McTominay. Man wouldn't be playing for Oldham Athletic if actual people with brains ran United,
I mean, just put him in a Real Madrid lineup. Would he start against Camavinga? There's no chance. That's the end of discussion right there. I don't think there's much to talk about except that EA did a better job with McTominay than they did with Camavinga. It's stupid, but it is what it is. Again, we keep going back to the bias. It's just there's no need to discuss it any further. We're pissed about the Camavinga rating. It should be higher, and I think I speak for the panel when I say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like it's right that Camavinga is 6 points under Pedri, for example. Pedri is 85 and Camavinga is 79.
Yeah.
But I would add that it is Camavinga's first year, so I don't know. It's just that it stayed at 79. It's what
It will be a
Ceballos
it will be a curious case for Camavinga once the World Cup is over and the ratings for next year roll in. You'll see how much of a difference it makes. With
Yeah,
him being a starter, I definitely see it going up and up. But this season, maybe he's a good card to have in the beginning stages of the match until you have points to wake up and just convert to a PL midfielder. It seems like, which is
I
fucked
mean, in the
up.
sense, Camavinga is not going to start for the France national team. Like, he wouldn't be starting, but
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully he has a good World Cup. All Real Madrid players, in the French national team has a good World Cup, but not the team, just them. But Ceballos, I don't think there's much to discuss. He got a -2 on pace, 58 pace, man. I don't know how the fuck these guys come up with such ridiculous stuff. Like, does he walk? I've seen Ceballos go on a sprint. Like, he wouldn't be 80 pace material, but come on, man, 70, 58, poor, very poor. Nothing much, but
Yeah. Do a better job, EA. Just don't disrespect our boy Ceballos like that.
let's go to La Liga Player of the Month,
Come on. My boy.
Valverde.
Yeah.
He got an 84 from an 83.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
It was
think,
it's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it is
Valverde.
so low, I mean,
And can you
Yeah.
pull up Pedri's? Can you pull up Pedri's as well?
23 Petri.
23.
23 Petri.
23 Petri.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Petri. Right.
Petri has an 85 rated card against Valverde's 84. And he has. Well, this is kind of disappointing because Petri has 73 physicality against Valverde's 80.
We can actually compare the new cards.
Yeah, we probably should.
Pedri and Militao. I mean, Pedri and Valverde.
Yeah,
Hold on.
absolutely.
Let me just bring Pedri on and take Alaba off. And Fede. Well,
It's I think in game Valverde will be the difference maker against Petri, just based on the detailed stats alone. It's a more expensive card as I understand it, right?
yeah, it should be. It should be.
Yeah, Valverde is a much higher.
Valverde is 67K. Pedri is 21K.
So
I mean, how
there-
does that even make sense, though?
There you go. I think the card.
I mean, ratings is not everything,
Yeah.
Farouk, in FIFA. I mean,
the rarity of the card, I mean, all of it decides what price it will be sold at, as well as people who play the game would want Valverde more than Petri, at least in a logical point of view.
Pedri doesn't have a face, stuff like that. He has a generic face because of the Barca license with PES and stuff. But still, man, how is he fucking 85, right? Valverde assisted the winner in the Champions League final, won the league, being one of the most crucial members of the starting 11, right? He gets a +1, but Pedri gets from 80 or 79. Let's see. Okay, let's bring up his 22 card, right? Oh my God, he was 81, right? From an 81 to 85.
For that
does that
season,
make sense?
for that season, why?
Yeah, for last season.
So that's the thing. That's the thing, man. For last season, for God's sake, I mean, it's so unfair, man. Like, I mean, you guys keep talking about EPL bias. Then how do you what would you consider these as? I don't know, man. It's just- it
Stupidity.
makes no
That's
sense,
my
man.
word for it. Yeah, it's
It
dumb.
makes absolutely zero sense. Zero. I don't know, man. I mean,
Valverde, in my opinion, should have been 85. A +2 would have been the best, Clearly. I don't understand how this can be so hard to digest, right? Like an 83 to 84, I don't understand it, man.
To be
He
honest,
was
like because
so
what else?
crucial.
What else do you need the man to do, man? That's the thing. What else do you need him to do? To be honest, like he was, as you said, a very, very crucial part of the team. In the Champions Leagues, in the league as well. And yeah, Pedri is a good player. Like he took a huge leap last year as well. In his maturity as a player. But I mean, come on, man, give Pedri his flowers, man. Really, I mean, it's so unfair.
But hopefully this season, hopefully it's Ferry's season, But
We hope. Let's see.
yeah, fingers crossed. But another guy, I think it'll be his season is my boy Rodrigo. He was 79 last season to an 81. It should be 82. It should be 82 or 83. Come on, man.
I mean, yeah,
2 goals in 2
points.
minutes.
Oh well, there is that as well. You're talking about that. Well, I think a 2-point bomb is okay. I don't think it's
not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think the point is I actually have a problem with him being 79 in the first place. I was expecting more of something borderline 80, and then he can be at
He was 78.
Right
he in 21 he was 78 or 77. Yeah. Oh, he was 79. Fuck, he was 79. It was the same. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember in 20 in this 21-22 season, he was quite there popping up with some goals and having some games.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was expecting to have that for him as well again. But then, anyways, hopefully, as you said, next year, if they have a good World Cup at that,
let's kind of dive into his in-game stats, right? For Rodrigo, I just want to see. His heading accuracy is 62, right?
Wow.
Man scored one of the most clutch goals against City.
But if Asensio hadn't touched that ball, it would have gone to his chest or to his mouth or something. So
Did Asensio get a touch? I don't think he got a touch. Did Asensio get a touch?
Yeah, he did.
I don't think
yeah, he did. He did.
I think Asensio got a touch.
Yeah, he pushed it with his head towards Rodrigo. And even Rodrigo himself said that he doesn't know how the ball went in, that he just jumped and it went in. I don't know if you watched his appearance on a Brazilian podcast.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he said
I didn't watch the video, but I read some Q&A stuff from the interview.
Even he said there that he doesn't know how it went in. But that he's
But
glad
still,
that
man,
did.
come on. 62 is way too low. Aggression is 54. Aggression 54. Rodrigo walks around without pressing. Have you seen him do that? I've never seen him do that. Strength 42. That's way too fucking low. He played striker. He was fine.
Especially this season. This season he looks in much better physical shape as well. So that's the difference from last season to this season. But I think this is one of
volleys.
Volleys.
67. He scored a fucking volley against Atleti last week, right?
Yeah.
Away at the Metropolitano. There was no issue. I don't understand how 67 again is warranted. Doesn't make sense, man.
I don't know. For a forward, it's crazy for a forward. In general, no matter who it is, it's kind of, come on, 67 for a winger.
Yeah. Overall shooting 76. I mean, that just goes to show you it's
that's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible for a right winger especially.
And also my gripe, he should be 5-star skills. I don't know how the fuck he's 4-star skills. He's not the most flashy player, but still, man, still. I feel like people are sleeping on Rodrigo. They'll be soon awakened. They'll be soon.
I agree with the 4 stars because I think there should be something that would, separate the Neymars and Vinis from the rest.
Yeah, that was my thinking as well.
You cannot put him with a 5-star and put Neymar and
True.
Vini. No way.
Yeah.
That's a
makes
valid
sense.
point.
That
That's a
makes
valid
sense,
point.
Doris. Yeah, I agree with that.
Who should we move on to? Asensio as well, before we get to the two big dogs, you know. Asensio's 23. There's no change. So we could just
Asensio makes sense as one of the starting cards because it comes cheap. It's a good enough card to play with until you upgrade your team. As a beginner, absolutely go for Asensio. That would be my advice for any of the FIFA players out there.
Don't take advice from a guy who doesn't play FIFA much.
I
That's the
always
bad part.
start my squad with the Asensio
Same.
every year.
Same.
Always.
Asensio
Same.
is shit, man, in game. How can
Yeah,
you say he's
but
good
he's
in game?
always
For the
cheap.
beginning,
He's
he's
cheap in
cheap
the
as fuck.
beginning and
He's cheap
it's
as
good for the
fuck.
beginning.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't get it, but yeah.
He is
fair
one
play
of
if
my
you guys wanna
deepest
use-
regrets.
Really?
Yes, I love Asensio and I hate what's happening to him. He's one of my top favorite players all time.
Same
I love
here, same here.
Asensio.
Like, I used to love the guy, but him basically coming out and saying stuff like, you know what, Barcelona, I might consider
I
it,
know.
you know. saying
Yeah,
I know.
that's
I'm
destroying
trying
his
not to
legacy.
think
Never
about
say
it.
stuff like that.
You
right?
don't say that.
Yeah.
You
Like,
don't
you-
say that.
You can shut down the question immediately by saying that Barcelona, next question, please. You should have
Exactly.
just said that.
Exactly.
But well, Asensio, no change in ratings. Are we missing somebody? People, please help me out.
Also, why
before we
would
get
he
to
even want to go there? As if he's gonna start in Barcelona.
bro,
it's just
Enrique
one
must
of
have
the-
called
As
him.
if
Enrique must have called him. He started the next Spanish game. Remember,
true.
he assisted
I don't know.
for the goal. Who scored it?
Dembele, Rafinha, Lewandowski, like the whole attacking lineup. I don't see him like. I don't know.
Maybe
It's
playing in
it's
midfield,
really
I don't know.
disappointing from him that comment.
Yeah. The thought
Very
that he's
unnecessary.
considering it is just unnecessary. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Like when you're playing for Real Madrid, man, like anything you say would be scrutinized to the core.
Definitely.
So you got to be a bit more pragmatic about how you approach a fucking interview, man. He's fucking 24, 25 years old. He should be speaking sense. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it's stuff that's inside him. The FOMO, you know, the FOMO, feeling of missing out is what is getting to him, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. But guys, help me out. Before we get to Vinicius and Benzema, are we missing out on anybody that we want to kind of?
Lucas Vasquez, Andre Lunin, maybe.
Lunin, yeah, is a good
I
shout.
thought that they had like big upgrades or nerfs. It's always the same with them every year. Even though
Vasquez
Lunin has started his season pretty well for Ukraine. I mean, he
Ukraine.
kept a clean sheet like multiple times this
He kept like
season.
three or four clean sheets. He's been pretty good.
Yeah,
People are
he's been
saying
pretty
that
good.
he's been really promising. Vasquez has the same rating.
Yeah.
Everything same. Everything basically fucking copy pasted. No,
Every
he
year,
got
yeah.
a -4 in defending. How? Why? Why? Why EA? Why EA? But yeah, let's look at Lunin, shall we? Lunin. He's a 74. I think he's a 77 now. He was a silver before. Okay. So a goal now? He's a goal now. He's 75. Not bad.
Bit of
Not
an
bad.
upgrade for a backup keeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Deserved. Didn't get much
He's
playing
not
time.
bad, you know. Whenever I've seen him, he's been really good. Lunin.
Yeah.
He's been good. He's been good. He's been good. Hopefully, he gets a few more chances with Copa del Rey and stuff like that.
Do you
know?
think in like 6-7 years he would be our maybe not the main goalkeeper? Actually, yeah. My question is, do you think he would be he will be our main goalkeeper in like 7-8 years?
Depends how Thibaut's career trajectory goes, in my opinion.
You
Lunin
think
has
Thibaut is gonna
all
stay
that it
for
takes.
7 years? You think
You
that's
never
a
know
possibility?
with
No,
keepers.
Lunin
Yeah.
is just 23 years old. So keepers
Yeah,
to hit their prime, it takes them up to
But
30
do you
years of
think
age.
he
exactly.
would
That's why
stay
I'm
at Real
asking.
Madrid? Do you think Lunin would stay at Real Madrid being second
He's
fiddle to
he's too
Thibaut?
good of a keeper to stay at Real Madrid. I'll give him that. But on the other hand, Thibokotoa is 30 right now, and Andre
Yeah,
Lunin is 23. So
yeah.
there's a lot of
That's
games where I
exactly
can
the
see.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's exactly how much time Courtois will need to pass
pass
him
the
the
baton.
gloves.
That's true.
The
Lunin
gloves,
might
the glove.
go on loan and
Yeah, I
come back
think
a
so
different
too.
beast, or he might follow a different trajectory altogether. And seeing how good of a keeper he is, and he keeps showing it at the global stage, it's really possible that some other club will want him
Lunin is
quite
already
soon.
well regarded, very well
Yeah.
regarded already.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Before we go to the players that you want to, I just want to ask: did you already check Eden Hazard?
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh
I
yeah, that
completely
guy.
completely forgot that
Oh,
guy. It's good that you mentioned
Eden,
that guy.
yeah.
No, guys, no, don't be mean.
Best Belgian player in the world.
He was
Ladies and gentlemen.
85 in 22, and I can't even spell his name.
The disrespect.
I got his card, okay. I got his card on the first day of early access, like a couple of days ago from a pack. I was wondering why the fuck do they do this to me? Because they clearly know these people are listening in on me and they know that I hate this guy, and still they just shove it in my face, reminding me of what this guy does week in, week out.
A fault
People
from Grace
accuse
for
me of
Hazard, but it's just minus 1 point.
this is not the real fall from grace. Let me show you FIFA 20.
Oh no.
Pain,
Pain, actually, yeah. It's just
pain without the S.
91 in FIFA 20, man.
The good old
Uh,
days.
I know that he doesn't play for us anymore, but how is Bale's card now that he's in the MLS? I mean,
Actually, yeah, that might be an interesting case to look at, you know.
because he didn't really play much, and I
He's
doubt that
81.
81.
Not bad.
Respectable,
Not
you
even
He
know.
a
was
rare.
82.
It's not a rare, right?
No,
No,
it's
no,
a
it's not
regular
rare.
card now. Oh,
Ouch.
Non-rare.
yeah.
At least a rare, man. That's kind of pain.
Yeah, that's kind
Painful.
of peak, you know.
I mean, it
Legend
is
of the
Bale.
game.
Like,
Legend of the
it's
game,
not
you know?
even about the card. It's about the player. Come on, like.
Yeah.
He'll be still good. Bale will always be meta, Like,
Yeah, true.
Actually, true.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Bale
saying,
is
like,
good.
out of respect for the player, like, 5 Champions League. Come on.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Okay, I know.
is Bale that slow that his pace is at 80 though?
It's
Oh,
aging,
yeah.
aging. Just the aging algorithm in full force again. It doesn't make any
Like,
sense.
what do you mean, Farouk? Is he too slow?
Yeah, like I
is
mean,
it
is he
too-
that slow?
80
Because,
is
like,
low.
Yeah.
80 is low, man.
Hazard has an 83, man. Hazard has an 83.
How is Hazard faster than Bale?
I was
I
just
mean,
gonna
that's
say
his-
that.
That's the thing,
How?
man. How exactly?
Hazard
Right?
has the Premier League tag on his back still. The reason why he's still getting burgers served to him in our cafeteria is because he had three
Man,
brilliant seasons
you're
with
you're one
Chelsea.
of those grandfathers and uncles in Nigeria who everything that happens they'll be like, yeah, it's just the foreign influences on our country. Man, you have the Premier League stamped in your chest, man. Anything that happens, it's
See.
just the Premier League, man.
Honestly, this is the bias that he's living off, essentially. Like,
I mean, Bale is
the
still.
Chelsea hype is the one.
That's the. I mean, it has more to do with the price tag at which he came in, not his failed seasons here. There's still, yeah.
I mean, it's not even
I
about the price
don't-
tag, man. Anyone who watched this player knows that, wow, I mean, what the hell, man? I mean, you just don't lose everything overnight. I guess maybe that's why FIFA is also keeping some of the stats,
Yeah. And Sunaid,
They are
there's
keeping his stats the same. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go on. No. It's another segue into a different question altogether. So please complete the thought.
Right. No. What I was saying that Hazard wasn't getting so many downgrades because he was injured. That's the narrative. Injury stifles Hazard's rhythm, Hazard's form, continuity, and all that, right? So that is the reason why I think people are so fucking easy while rating Hazard. But anyway,
No, I still rate him though. I still rate him. I still believe in him. And yeah, here's the segue. Before you pull out the big guns, I also want to check Mariano Diaz, our other number 7 from a couple of
I don't
years
think
ago.
there's a
The only number 7, the
he,
real number 7.
The
he
real number
is
7,
a
just please
silver
stand up.
now.
Oh no, is he? Oh, 74.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
A
downgrade.
D grade.
That's a downgrade. At least it's a good thing that
What
they didn't
what else?
include his new hairstyle, so I'm happy about
They
that.
did
Did
they
they?
fucking did, bro.
Oh no. Oh no, that's
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Oh, the
oh
pigtails. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't.
no,
I
they
don't know.
they
Maybe they
haven't.
changed it after the backlash. I'm not sure. Not sure.
Is that the worst Real Madrid haircut you've seen, except
I think
David
so.
Beckham? If
Oh
you
yeah,
remember
for
his
me,
You
yes.
could
his
say that.
cornrows on his-
You could say that. It's
and
the worst.
Ronaldo's.
Mariano. What the swipe he had?
Yeah,
Cristiano?
the poop stain on the forehead.
Oh, Phenomenal, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, OG Ronaldo.
Right. But yeah, any other subs we are missing? Nothing, right? Nobody?
No, I don't think
Sure.
so. No, yeah.
Right. So, about time. Benny. He was 80, right? And I was so happy that I got him last season, early game. He was still expensive, but only like 2K, 3K. But this season, well, literally one of the best players in the game. Warranted, valid, +6. Are you guys happy with it? I'm not happy personally with his shooting, which is 79. It should be way higher. Somewhere around
Same with
83, 84.
Rodrigo. Same with Rodrigo.
Yeah,
But
there's
with
a
the
disrespect in shooting, but overall,
I think
I would
dribbling
say
as well, though.
defending, 29. Like it's not like he. I mean, it's a game, so I understand. Like he cannot have stats for a defender, but we will look like for in real life. He's always defending and helping out the
it's always
defense.
tracking back.
It's not like he just stands there and. But I understand it's just a game, so it's in the game.
His work rate gets unnoticed so much. I mean, I don't understand why people kind of sleep on his defensive work.
What's his
Like
stamina stat?
stamina is 84.
Because it should be like 100 for him and
Yeah, 84
and
is still bad, right?
Valverde,
Actually, true.
It is bad.
like 1,000. They
It
should
is bad.
invent a new stat for them.
Like infinity, right? That
Infinity,
should be the
yeah.
thing. That should be the thing. Aggression 58. Is he that lanky? Is he fucking Gareth Bale, man? Like, what are these guys smoking? How is his aggression 58? Right? I don't get it. I don't get it. How
Can
is
I-
his curve 77?
Can I also just say there is no universe, like include all the multiverses, like whatever shit you want to. There is no universe where Mbappe has better dribbling than Vinicius. Like what the fuck are you saying? There's just no way.
It's a bug.
Exactly. I actually feel like the 90 is so low, to be honest, in my opinion, for the dribbling of Vinicius. Because, like, I mean, that's one of the things he does. Even since when he was, like, like miss and hit, he was a very, very good dribbler, actually.
Yeah.
Ball
By the way,
control.
what does Mbappe has as does dribbling?
Let's
He does
compare them.
step overs. I
I
mean,
mean, Mbappe is a pace merchant, man. I mean, he's a
yeah.
very good player. Take me from me, but like he's a pace merchant, man. I mean,
But he
how many?
uses his pace more than his skills to get past people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. His dribbling is 92.
Yeah, and Vinny has 90 for dribbling. Mbappe 92 dribbling, Vinny 90. That
Look at it. Look at Mbappe's price. The game hasn't launched yet. It launches tomorrow. It's 1.5 million already without anybody having any kind of coins. This is the thing. Mbappe is broken. He's broken in game.
that's the thing. It's so unfair, man. But yeah, I get it. You're their poster boy, so fair play. Game's the
yeah.
game. But yeah, Vinny should be rated a little bit higher than
I think both
86.
Valverde and Vinicius have like really low passing stats, which is kind of ridiculous to me.
Nuts.
Weird,
Yeah.
especially Vinicius.
Especially Vinicius. He's given how many assists last season?
Exactly. 20, I
Plus-
think, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Plus,
Yeah.
he's getting
Yeah.
really good with passing with the outside of his boot with
Boot,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
Villas and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Like,
think that-
didn't he have he's the guy with the most assists in the Champions League last season
Yep.
for
he
us
was.
or an
I don't
entirety or
74
something?
for that. I don't know. And same with
Mm.
Valverde. If you're gonna put him at the center mid, at least give him like some center mid
Decent
stats.
passing
He has
stats,
no
yeah.
stats, no dribbling, no passing, no anything. Just 87 pace. That's all that Valverde has. No physicality, which is ridiculous. Valverde, no physicality. Come on, man. 80. That's come on.
Very poor.
So
Very poor.
you asked if I'm gonna get angry. I am angry, and this is where I start to get angry is with Valverde and Vinicius. I think that's a I don't know. It should be illegal to do this, and I'm gonna call the police.
You got to call the fucking, DEA to kind of investigate this fucking shit because it doesn't equate to how people are in real life, right? Like it should be a reflection of how players are on the pitch. But FIFA tries, but it's half-assed
Paul
attempts.
Valverde is horrible. He has probably the worst card in Madrid, to me.
The most
Like
disrespected card.
there is nothing special about his card. Nothing, except his pace. But nothing special about his card.
The
No
fucking
passing, no
disrespect,
dribbling,
man.
no
Yeah.
physicality, no defending, which is crazy. I don't know. And
But-
his shot and his shooting is 74. Like none of those make sense except his
He-
pace, maybe.
He got a team of the week for his performance.
Sunaid, could you close the
right before.
Vinicius card, please? Because the viewers can't see Valverde's because it's too far on the right.
Okay,
If
okay,
his
okay.
card
Yeah, much better now.
in general looked like this with an 84, I would
Yeah.
say, all right. I agree with it. But 74 for shooting, 79 for passing, and 79 for dribbling is come on. That's unacceptable for a center mid.
Also a major thing. If you guys noticed, the previous cards had alternate positions behind. Underneath the card. Like Mbappe had a CF and an LW.
Yeah.
Valverde plays how many positions? He has played right back as well. He has none.
Exactly.
You see, zero.
No,
I don't
really?
know why they do it. Like alternate positions are such a big thing this year. If you guys haven't played it, I'm not sure if anybody played 23 yet, but positions are completely changed. You can't essentially play anybody in any position unless they can only be used if they have an alternate position corresponding to the position you want to play someone in. So if you want to use this guy Valverde in the right wing spot,
You need
the
the
game
right
is not
card.
essentially limited.
You need
Yeah.
the right card, which is all kinds of fucked up and EA.
Really,
Let
I
me-
didn't know that. That's
let
strange.
let me show you the Mbappe card. You will kind of get an idea. So you see, Mbappe has ST and CF and LW as his three positions, while Valverde has none. It's
at
nonsensical.
least
I don't know why.
a right winger, at least. But he
Yeah.
didn't
that's
get
the
like
thing,
separate cards for that. But
Yeah.
still, I don't
Again,
know.
it's disrespectful, man.
I wonder
Skip ahead. Just
like
no.
if he get like special cards if he gets like al- alternate positions because I does it still have in game where you could like change positions for someone like last year?
In
You
game,
know, like
yeah. After a game starts, and you can pause it and change it. But
no,
while
I'm asking like when you go to options for a player, you can change his position. Like a center mid can become a cam. Like
yeah,
you can
not
actually like
anymore.
change it.
Not
Oh,
not
right, right.
anymore, unless
Ooh.
you have a specified alternate position. See,
So he has
Alaba
to
has
then.
none as well.
Wow.
Alaba has none. See, he plays
I don't
left
know what
back.
to say.
He, I don't understand. I don't understand. But yeah, that's the way it worked. Moving on to the big Don.
But before that, can we just also say that Vinicius is the 10th highest rated La Liga card, just as a heads up to everybody. Yeah,
Is he the 10th highest?
yeah,
Okay.
he's the 10th highest rated La Liga
Who's
card.
above him? Except Benzema and
I'll pull up the list. I'll pull
and
up.
Oh no,
Lewandowski.
I have it. Vinicius 86, De Jong 87, Rudiger 87, Ter Stegen 88, Modric 88, Kroos 88, Oblak 89, Courtois 90, Lewandowski 91, and Benzema 91. So yeah, that's it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I cannot disagree with most of those.
that's
Maybe
the
Rudiger and De Jong, but
De Jong is 87. I
yeah,
honestly never get the hype.
yeah.
Never get the hype. Never understood it. Never I'm gonna understand it as well. Parejo 86. Yeah, I respect it. He is good. He's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But De Jong,
It
I
is
don't
what it is,
understand.
man. Frankie De Jong has a different meaning altogether for the
Yannick
Barcelona
Carrasco is a
fans.
fucking 85. Busquets is still 85. I don't understand. Memphis Depay is 85.
And
Dude,
he has
there's
God,
people
he
saying
is
that
80.
that Busquets is still better than Casemiro, so I don't know what to say to that.
yeah. I don't talk to those kinds of people, man.
Yeah, I don't. It makes my blood boil.
Aspas got a plus one finally. I'm happy for him. He was
True,
84
yeah.
last year. Yeah, Aspas. Moreno is 85. Jordi Alba is still 85. It's okay. I understand. Joao
It-
Felix got a plus one.
Is this the
Koundé got a
first time
plus.
for Benzema being 90 rated? Above
Yeah,
90.
yeah,
It is his
yeah.
first time.
First
So
time.
yeah,
First time.
let's get to the biggest.
Do you think he keeps it? Like
I
at
don't think he
least like
keeps it.
no.
I don't think he keeps it. No. I don't see how he's gonna keep it unless we win another Champions League, and he is the focal point.
Ballon d'Or winner coming into FIFA 24. I definitely see it happening. Yeah.
The
What
French
happened
national team
for
as well.
Modric? That didn't help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was like some controversy about the Ballon d'Or, so I get it.
Yeah. I mean,
A lot of people don't agree that he should have won it.
So I'll tell you a few tidbits for people who hasn't played FIFA that regularly. So Benzema's his face scan was his face scan until FIFA 22 from I think FIFA 13 or 14.
It
So
was-
basically they didn't.
He was
yeah.
bald.
He had skin level hair. It was so bad.
Yeah, he's bald in game.
Yeah.
For 4 or 5 years, they didn't fucking change his face. Unimaginable to begin with. And he used to have such criminal pace. It almost looked like it was fucking Dirk Kuyt or Peter Crouch or someone of that ilk playing than Benzema. Like, whenever we had the urge to use his card,
Crouch.
yeah, like he was so fucking slow. Thankfully, there's a +4 upgrade on his pace this season. I don't know what made them wake up right now. +2 on shots, +2 on passing, good stuff. Dribbling remains the same. I think dribbling should be higher because he was doing some mad stuff last season, both in Europe and Spain. So +1 physicality,
Again,
not bad.
Defense, I don't know. I don't get why you didn't touch on defense because he should have improved defensive stats. The way he's dropped in to help the team multiple occasions.
He basically initiates the press, so
Exactly.
I don't
So yeah,
understand.
it's I get why he's the highest rated card in La Liga. It's still underrated for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
yeah, totally.
Lewandowski can break records and have a 92, so can Benzema. I don't understand how Benzema is only 91. You know.
Definitely. I totally second this, to be honest. I actually felt like it's a disservice to Karim Benzema, to be honest, like having to share the card with Lewandowski on 91. Because, like, the point is he's a tad above everyone, so he should get that, recognition as a 92 as well, to be honest.
Hmm. He should be the best player in the game. Like, I don't
Exactly.
understand what people are watching.
I get it though.
Um,
I get it because of
did you
marketing
know that
reasons.
Kevin De Bruyne has better shooting stats than Benzema?
He does. For
Hmm.
fuck's
He
sake,
Screw
I
his
does.
think
game,
he.
He's
man.
he's 91. His shooting is 91.
What the fuck?
No, his
Again.
shooting is 88. But how can he have the same
Oh, I'm sorry.
shooting?
No, but he has the
Best
same
How
of
can he
shooting
have?
passes.
as Benzema. Oh, the game's
Yeah,
broken, man. Just fuck this game.
he's
How the
better.
fuck does he have?
Don't know what to say.
Speechless.
Both
Absolutely speechless. Like, I don't
Harry Kane
understand.
also.
Oh, let's bring up Harry Kane as well, right?
Oh, is Benzema finally better than Harry Kane? Easy.
Yeah, like only in the last couple
A
of
little
months,
bit.
maybe,
Just too much.
maybe.
But actually, yeah, Benzema is better than Harry Kane. So there you go, English media. Finally.
Woo!
Ken was 90
He can
last season.
shoot better than him, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
How
I
does
mean,
he have a
we'll let him have that.
91?
We'll let them have that. It's yeah. But then Kane also has a better defensive stat than Benzema, which really, bro.
People rave about Kane dropping deep, linking up play, or spraying passes. Benzema used to do this from day one, right? I don't understand why people get carried away with this narrative that he is the ultimate false nine, blah blah blah. I don't understand. I don't understand. But yeah, people 91
He's the
Benzema.
Benzema at home. That's Harry Kane for me. It's Benzema at home.
Right.
Like Benzema at home.
Mom, I
Yeah.
want a
Harry
Benzema. We
Kane.
have a Benzema at home.
Yeah,
Fair,
He
fair
is
but
enough.
basically
The
I,
physicality is also quite low, to be honest, though. Like, I mean,
uh,
82 to 78. I don't know. Because, I mean, we've seen Benzema, contest for headers and aerial duels and what is not as well
And
as
win them
much as
and
Harry Kane.
as well
Exactly.
more than that he's Benzema's I don't know why nobody talks about this. Benzema literally scares the opposition goalkeeper into scoring the easiest of chances. The man has that presence. I mean, why is that not reflected in any of his stats? I don't get it.
Donnarumma still has marks from where his shoulder was barged into,
Yeah.
So I don't understand where 78 comes off as reasonable. I mean,
yeah.
it is what it is. It is what it is.
At some point, it just stops making sense, bro. It's just it
Yeah.
is what it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
best rated card in the game for me, Karim Benzema.
Long overdue. Long overdue.
Absolutely.
People finally this year, they finally kind of came to the conclusion that what, he might not be that bad.
Yeah.
About
Like
time.
it's
Yeah.
about time. Like I hope Mika Richards is watching. He'll be watching closely, very closely, and also pulling out his own derivations that what, maybe Haaland is greater than Benzema at the moment, which again sparks hunger
Oh,
amongst us
yeah.
fans and hopefully the players as well to prove these guys wrong again. I just hope we have that same us against the world mentality going into the the crunch games this season as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Onwards on to the next game and onwards with the season. Hopefully, seeing
Hopefully.
some good goals. We
If
play
if
for
if
the.
FIFA is listening, come on, people, fix up your fucking game. I
Do
know
a
you're
better
losing the
job.
FIFA license next season, but fix up your fucking game. Put out the right fucking alternate positions to players who actually play multiple positions in real life. Okay, it is about fucking time. You introduced the fucking new chemistry system. You shoved it in our faces. You told us basically it is gonna improve squad building. In my opinion, it has hindered squad building.
It's so
We are gonna be
weird.
seeing,
It's so
Chemistry is the
weird.
worst
yeah,
mechanic there is. It's supposed to be your ultimate team, where you choose your ultimate players that you love from the whole world. Why do they have to be from the same country or league?
And this time
Why? That's the
especially.
whole point of
Yeah.
making a new team.
And this time the chem rating, as I've seen, it's out of 33.
yeah, it's not 100.
Where do you get your number? Why 33? It's so
Yeah,
random. Why not 37? I like 37. Put it out of 37 for me.
that's the thing.
It's all kinds of fucked up, man. But yeah, it's supposed to improve the game, supposed to improve your experience. I look forward to playing with the Real Madrid team. Unfortunately, some of my favorite players don't look to have their favorite. Uh, yeah, they won't be as fun to use in the game. Hopefully,
But
I
it's
can get
just
some.
during the first few months. Just be
Yeah,
patient,
hopefully I
man.
can get some
They'll
rarer cards. Team of the week, team of the
there'll be
season.
promos coming out, so just
Yeah, hopefully the stats improve.
but yeah, the spoiler alert. First get the game, maybe you could
ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. Don't you worry though.
But yeah, like
It's
I'm
happening.
I'm not someone to advocate people shelling out their hard-earned money to fucking EA. Don't do that. Just wait it out. Just wait it out. Hopefully by Black Friday or something, it goes on sale. And
It's coming.
especially since next year is gonna be a new direction.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be very generous, EA this season because they want to keep their player base essentially
Happy.
for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But so happy with Vinicius' rating, happy with the Benzema thing, unhappy with Courtois. He should be 92, 93. If Manuel Neuer at his best can be 92, so can Thibaut, It is a disrespect that he got only a +1. He was the fucking man of the match in the Champions League final. So I don't know. Man. FIFA should just stop riding the PL train and kind of look outside for once. For once. But I guess that wraps it up, kind of people. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, onwards to the rest of the season, as I was saying. And for the people who missed our first segment or a preview, we play Osasuna on the 2nd of October. So the match is coming up. We'll be doing a lot more.
Post-match.
Yeah,
the
we'll be doing a
post-match as well.
post-match analysis. We'll be cutting through our tactics, cutting through how our players perform. An interesting squad lineup this time. Sorry, yeah, and a lot to look forward to now that football's finally actually back. I'll hand it over to you, Farooq. Just yeah, take us home.
Yeah, and just looking forward to the hectic month of October, man. After we had the slumber, like we're now back in action. I mean, more of the same, guys.
More of the same, indeed. More of the same. Yeah, shout out to Real Madrid committee, longtime partners. Check them out. Link in the description. Check out Memento Madridismo. They are they're among the pioneers in covering Femenino in English. We'll be doing so much more content with them, hopefully, real soon. Watch this space. Also watch the Memento Madridismo's YouTube channel as well because we will be streaming from there sometimes too. So yeah, lots of stuff coming up. Just keep your eyes peeled on our socials. At Let's Be Real 1902, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the lot. Once again, love for the love. Hala Madrid, people.
Hello,
Madrid.
Madrid.